Let's see the electrical nature of matter. We have two types of substances or materials, the conductor and the insulator. If the substance is allowed to pass the electric charge or electricity through it, then it completes an electric circuit and is known as a conductor. The opposite is an insulator which does not allow the electricity to pass through. So our substance can be an electrolyte or a non-electrolyte. Electrolyte is a substance that dissolves in water, and it not only dissolves in water, it can conduct electricity also. For sodium chloride, aqueous means it's dissolved in water and can conduct electricity. Sugar is a substance that can dissolve in water but does not conduct electricity because it's a non-electrolyte. It's not an electrolyte, it's a non-electrolyte. What about pure water? The pure water, which is meaning only H2O molecules, does not conduct electricity. Take care, the water in our bathrooms and in drinking water is not pure water. It's water mixed with other ions. That's why it has an electrolyte inside it. That's why it can conduct electricity. While the water, which is very pure, which is H2O, this is usually not in our bathrooms or in drinking water. This one does not conduct electricity. Examples of electrolytes are acids. All acetic acid, sulphuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid are electrolytes. Ionic compounds are electrolytes. Sodium chloride, calcium chloride, magnesium bromide. Let's remember what is the ionic compounds. The ionic compounds are substances or compounds made from a metal and non-metal. If you have the periodic table, an element from the left side of the periodic table is a metal and the right side is an element from the periodic table on the left side is a metal and on the right side is a non-metal. When you join them together, you form an ionic compound. This ionic compound usually conducts electricity and it's an electrolyte. What are ions? Ions are just one atom or group atoms which are charged. It's different from the atom. The atom does not conduct electricity, but the ion conducts electricity. Sorry, the ion is a charged particle while the atom is a non-charged particle. The charged particle is because the number of electrons and protons is not the same. In the atom which is non-charged, it's non-charged because number of electrons which is negative is equal to the number of protons which is positive. So it's neither negative nor positive, it's neutral. It's neutral atom which has no charge. While the ions has more electrons or more protons. If the number of electrons is less than protons, like what happens when you lose electrons, then the number of protons inside you will become more, so you are positively charged because the plus is more. While if you gained electrons, the number of electrons will be more than the number of protons, so the negative charge in you will be more than the positive, so become a negative. The negative ions are called anions, the positive ions are called cations. Example for cations are sodium and calcium. This is usually made from metals, and negative anions usually from nonmetals like chloride or carbonate. These all gained electrons, so they become negatively charged. So for example, I have a hydrogen. This hydrogen atom has one proton and one electron, so it's called a hydrogen atom. It's non-charged. It's a neutral atom. This one also fluorine is a neutral atom. Why they are neutral? Because number of protons and electrons the same. Here one proton, one electron. 9 protons, 9 electrons. So it's called a neutral atom. It's not an ion. If this one loses an electron, then it will lose this one. It will become one proton only. So the plus will be more than minus. One plus and no minus. So it will become H plus. This is a positively charged ion called hydrogen ion. While the fluorine, if it gained an electron, the number of protons did not change. It's still 9 here and 9 here, but the electrons changed. Instead of 9, it became 10. So 10 electrons and 9 protons. The negative is more than the positive by 1. So it's F minus 1. It's called an anion or a fluoride ion. If you get a compound made by one positive ion and one negative ion, they will be attracted to each other. This is called electrostatic forces of attraction. It's a fundamental property that any plus and any minus attracts together. They form the ionic compound. Sodium chloride, calcium chloride, silver nitrate are just examples.